bestows the priceless gift of the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Simply by chanting this mantra, one can remain in a liberated state. This is explained in explained in the Matchless Gift book, chapter 7, by Srila Prabhupada. So, I welcome all the devotees on the early morning call today. So, Harshita Mataji, Sumati Mataji, are you there? Please take over the call now and start the greeting. We missed
Hare
you
Krishna.
2 to 3 weeks, and so now they back to move to India, Pune. So, Harshita Mataji, Sumati Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, please take over the call.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Would you like to do greetings, Harshita Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Swagatam Patlaganam Kripya Taunamevam Vasanaprinamavaritu.
Hare Krishna, मम नाम कृष्ण का पुणे नगर में स्वामी गले महाराज की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय और समझ नोटिस की जय.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, mama nama Shyamarasika, aham Germantown nagare vasami.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Sundar Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Sharanagata Devi Dasi from Clarksburg, Maryland. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna and Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, mama naam Haladar Das, I'm Srimad Nagare Vasami. Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. My humble obeisance to all the devotees on phone calls. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. मम नाम वल्ली, हम नेपर्वल शिकागो नगरे में वसामि. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, would anybody else like to announce their names? Hare Krishna, would anybody else like to announce their names? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, today we are reading Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, text number 23. Hare Krishna, Sharanagata Mataji, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam to all the assembled devotee. We are doing text number 7, not 23. If I had written 23, then sorry about that. No, it is 17.7 today. So we had seen this text a little bit, but I would like everyone to chant it. So we will chant verse number 7, 8, 9, and 10 today. And we will discuss all these 4 verses. So I request Haladar Das Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Please chant 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we all will chant after you.
Oh, Hare Krishna
Thank you so
Mataji,
much.
which chapter?
Chapter 17.
17. Same chapter, but
Yeah.
verse number different. Okay.
Verse number is 7, Mataji. We did 6 verses. We did 7 also, but nobody got the chance to actually sing this verse. So we will sing this verse today. Okay. Is it on live, Mataji? Online? I will start the Mangalacharan prayer.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Mataji.
Okay. Hari Bol, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
So we will start our class with Mangalacharan prayer. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। So chapter 17, shloka number 7, 8, 9 and 10. Hari Bol. Aladhar Das Prabhuji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Prabhuji, please.
We on chapter 17, text number 7, on page number 645 on English Bhagavad Gita. So 7 is like this. आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदम् इमं शृणु। आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदम् इमं शृणु। Text number 8. आयुः सत्त्व बलारोग्य सुख प्रीति विवर्धना रस्याः स्निग्धाः स्थिरारुद्धा आहारः तात्विक प्रियाः। आयु सत्व बलारोग्य सुख प्रीति विवर्धनाः रस्या स्निग्धाः स्थिरारुद्धा आहार सात्विक प्रियाः। Text number 9. कट्व अम्ल लवनाति उष्ण तिक्ष रुक्ष विदाहिनाः आहार राजसस्यस्ता दुख शोक मया प्रदाः। कट्व अम्ल लवनाति उष्ण तिक्ष रुक्ष विदाहिनः आहार राजसस्यस्ता दुख शोकामय प्रदाः। Text number 10. यातयामं गतरसं पूति पूर्यसितं च यत् उच्छिष्टम् अपि चामेद्यं भोजनं तामस प्रियम्। यातयामं गतरसं पूति पर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टम् अपि चामेद्यं भोजनं तामस प्रियम्। Hare Krishna Mataji. Please
Hari
try.
Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु आयुस्सत्त्वबलोरारोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा रुद्धा आहारस्तात्विकप्रियाः कट्वाम्लवणात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरुक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्टा दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः यातयां गतरसं पूति पर्युषितं च यत् I'll just read it again. यातयामं गतरसं पूति पर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Please take turn and read these verses.
Hare Krishna Mataji, will go next. आहारस्योऽपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु आयुस्तस्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या आहाराः सात्विकप्रियाः कट्वं ललवणात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरोक्ष विदाहिनः आहारा राजसश्रेष्ठ दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः यातयामं गतरसं पूति पुर्षुषितं तयत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं भोजनं तामसः प्रियम्.
Beautiful. Very nice, man.
Hare Krishna. Sumati is reading. आहारस्त्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रिय यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु आयुसत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धना रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या आहारः सात्विकः प्रिया कट्वं ललवणात्युष्णा तीक्ष्णरुक्षाविदाहिना आहार राजसस्येष्टा दुःखशोकमयप्रदा यातयामं गतरसं पूतिपर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टम् अपि च मेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्.
Beautiful, Mataji. Very nice.
Krishna speaking. आहारस्त्वापि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु आयुः सत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धना रस्याः स्निग्धाः स्थिरा हृदया आहाराः सात्विकप्रिया लवण्यात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरुक्ष विदाहिना आहार सस्येष्टा दुःखशोकमया प्रदा यतायामं गतारसं पूतिपर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टम् अपि च मेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Hare Krishna.
Good.
Hare Krishna. आहारस्तपि स्वपि सर्वस्य त्रिविधो भवति प्रियः यज्ञस्तपस्तथा दानं तेषां भेदमिमं शृणु आयुः सत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः रस्याः स्निग्धाः स्थिरा हृदया आहारा सात्विकप्रियाः कट्टवल्मलवणात्युष्णतीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसश्रेष्ठा दुःखशोकामयप्रदा यातयामं गतरसं पूर्तिपर्युषितं यच्च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so let's see all these four verses. These are really wonderful verses because in the beginning of this chapter, Arjuna actually asked about the Shraddha. What is the Shraddha of a people who are doing certain activities? So you see that like just like a bhakti, always in here in Krishna consciousness, it is said that bhakti is not just a verb; it is a action. Bhakti means that it you have to show it through the action. Love is something that you have to show with the action. Some person says that, oh, I love you, but then they do nothing for you. Then that also is like we will not see their love, we will not feel their love. So whenever whatever feelings we have, that we show through our actions, and that is the same reason Krishna is saying in the seventh verse that we saw last time, that this Shraddha or faith is also uh, through action you can see what exactly or where exactly Shraddha of that person is. So if I have a Shraddha in Lord Krishna, and then instead of making wonderful food for Lord Krishna, I'm ignoring him completely, or I'm not taking care of deities of the Krishna, or whenever I'm in a trouble, I'm running to different people or personalities that, oh, help me, because I don't have a faith in Krishna. Or if I want to do some kind of a charity, I'm not giving or donating to Krishna temple, but I'm just, doing whimsically to some other places for like, some animals or something like for the other type of charity. If I have to do some kind of a tapasya, then instead of like chanting in the morning, I decide to like do some acrobats and something, to take care of my body. Then all of these activities will not show that I love Krishna or I have a bhakti for Krishna, I have a shraddha for Krishna. So if you see in material world also, if you are having some faith or a shraddha in one person, then automatically you start doing all these activities. Four activities mainly Krishna mentions. Krishna is mentioning about the food that we eat. Then he talks about the, let me open that. Krishna is saying that the sacrifices, austerity, and charity. So whatever is a anna or prasad, so Anna, Yajna, Dan, and Tapa. All these four activities that will show that where exactly Shraddha of that person is. Because like as I said, in the material world also, if we are having Shraddha or like love for someone, then automatically we do all our tapasya or like we take so much of a bodily pain so that that person will become happy or something that will help that person. We do the every type whatever type of things that we want to give or give away, we first think about that person. We just all these activities shows that like our feeling towards someone. So that is exactly what Krishna is explaining, that all these four activities, O Arjuna, will show the shraddha of that person. So he is saying that there are different levels of that shraddha, different levels of and different types of that shraddha. So shraddha can be goodness, shraddha can be in a mode of passion, shraddha can be in a mode of ignorance. Also in a goodness, again there are various levels, like there are like really very strong Shraddha in a goodness. Then there are some other levels are there where, like, beginner Shraddha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we can't hear you.
You can't hear.
Yeah, now we can hear.
Okay, I'm just, I'll remove my. Is it okay, Mataji, now?
Yes,
Hari-
Mataji.
Yeah, okay. So you couldn't hear anything, Mataji, or?
No, just 2-3 sentences last.
Okay, thank you so much. So here Krishna is explaining or considering these 4 items. So we will see that yajna, dan, and tapa. Actually, these things, when you think about it, that we are doing some kind of a sacrifices, we are doing some kind of a austerity, or we are doing some kind of a um, what you say, charity. We are not gaining anything tangible through these activities, right? I mean, it is not that we are gaining anything, but these are things that, like, we are actually giving away, right? So these things involve certain kind of a faith. Like, in order to do these, we need certain kind of a faith. In order to give away something that I'm holding, I'm just giving it to someone. For that, I need a faith, or I need some kind of a understanding, or I need a little bit, like, advanced level in order to do or give away something. That is like yajna, dan, tap. All 3 of these activities are done based on the faith. So that we have to always remember. Now, our soul is caught up into 3 circles. It is like Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Daivik. So Adhyatmik means what? The soul is caught up into this body and mind circle, right? We are having this body, and then there is a intelligence, there is a mind, there are senses, everything is a part of that body. So soul is caught up into this first circle. Second circle is that soul is caught up among the society, people, and social, circles. And third one is Adi Daivik. Soul is depending on these all the devatas and whoever are going to give him rain, food. If there is no rain, or there is no I will say air, then this is very difficult for this soul to stay in this body. So we have to understand that these are the 3 levels that soul is caught up into. And now this food that we are giving to our body, that body we are going to use to do all kind of a dharma, or kind of the sacrifices, all kind of austerities, and all kind of tapasya. So it is very important what kind of a food you consume, because this food is going to affect what kind of a mode you are in, and depending on the mode you do the other activities. And here very nicely, I was reading some place that when you do some kind of a tapasya or austerity, sitting for long periods under a tree, and then, like, standing on one leg, or satapasya means also getting up early in the morning and doing chanting, staying stable, controlling your senses. All this is tapasya. Even if my eyes want to see something, my ears want to hear something, but I'm not allowing it, that is a tapasya. And all this tapa will purify your body and your mind, your consciousness. So this tapasya that we do, tapa we do, that is for the adhyatmic circle. Then dana, we give the charity, we give, like, something that we earn, like with the hard labor. I earn some money, and that I'm giving, or with, like, great pain, I cooked something and I'm giving it as a charity to others. Then that we are doing for the adi bhautik circle, and because we are giving it to other people. We are giving it to our family, or we are giving it to our friends, we are giving it to people that we don't even know, because we are cooking it for them. So this is for the social circle.
And the Adi Daivik circle, we are doing the yagyas. So yajna that we do it for the different kind of a devatas and devis. That yagya that we, particularly, we know that yagya means there are different kind of a yagyas, but yagyas that like particularly by chanting the hymns and offering the different kind of a samhita into the fire, and then we are asking that fire god to take away that samhita or that whatever we offer, our offerings to different kind of a devatas, so that we are doing for the gods. Okay, so always remember, food we are eating and the same food we are like consuming, it is like also as if we are pouring into the digestion of fire that is sitting in our body. We are putting some yagya, samhita into that body. So this food is going to create a body or create a tendency of a body, consciousness of a body, and everything. So we are what we eat. So it is very important what kind of a food we eat. Second is then like whatever tapasya we are doing, whatever bodily pain we are doing, that is what is going to really make your body uh, suitable for this Krishna consciousness. So what that means is that people, even to become like very strong, they do some kind of exercises, and that's not very enjoyable for them. Sometimes they took that pain to gain something. So same way we are doing tapasya, we are cleaning, we are going to the temple, even if we, even if it's a trouble that 1 hour drive or whatever it is, we are sitting in the morning and chanting, we are sitting in the class and listening, even if it is like a bodily pain, we could have done something which is very enjoyable for the senses, but we are doing this tapasya so that we are purifying our body, we are purifying our mind, we are purifying our intelligence. Second is, and we are doing dana for other living being, and yajna we are doing for the god and goddesses. So now Krishna starts with the food. So let me again go back and read the translation of seventh verse, and then we will start from the eighth, because we had done the seventh verse. So even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifice, austerity, and charity. Now, here of the distinction between them. So, Krishna is saying that, and now he will start one by one talking about them, that how this food comes into three category. So, we will look at the food category today, food's different category. So, eighth verse, here Krishna is saying, Ayu means duration of a life. Sattva means existence, and bala means strength, arogya means health, sukha means happiness, preeti and satisfaction, vivardhana means in increasing, rasya means juice, snigdha means fatty, sthira means enduring, hridya means pleasing to heart, ahara food, satvikaha to one in goodness, priyaha palatable. Food dear to those in a mode of a goodness increase the duration of a life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such food are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Now, Krishna is talking about the first kind of a food or first category, and that is a sattva category. Sattva is a existence. Sattva means that existence. And Srila Prabhupada is saying that um, in like, one of the purport he will mention probably next or after that, that food that that can be, we should consume a food that will increase our lives, longer or duration of the life. It will purify our existence, and it is not only affecting our like complete outer body, but it is like from inside also, it is like you giving shape to our perception also. And it is like, whatever way we interact with the matter, that interaction has its effect, right? And in that effects and the shape, that particular effect that shapes our perception. So what that means is that, like, when you are looking at something, how you will look, how is your vision towards that particular, what is it that you are gaining knowledge from that particular site, that depends on your what you are consuming or what you are putting it inside. Say suppose what that means is that, like, I'm watching, suppose, really, these kind of my eyes are taking in really something really bad scenes or very cruel activities on the TV. I'm watching some movie which is showing me very cruel activities, or I'm kids are playing game and they are like very cruel games that, you kill this person, you kill that person. So what effect that make on that body is that because you are taking so much cruelty inside, when you look at something, there is a cruel vision, or you are getting like, you feel like you are looking at the innocent people and you feel like just picking up the gun and just kill them just for fun. There is nothing, no intention it is. So it is very dangerous, and very carefully we have to put it inside whatever we are putting inside. And food is the main thing. But even like with the other senses also, with like ears, with eyes, whatever we are taking in, that will shape our perception. So just always remember that. And food that we are taking in, that also will not only will nourish our body, but nourish our brain tissues, our intelligence, everything depends on that. Our mind also, like, we always say that, like, my nature is this way, my nature is that way. So that nature can be changed due to the food. If you are eating a food that will increase your ignorance, then you will never feel like, doing any kind of a tapasya. People who are consuming very ignorant type of food, means like, it will come later that this food which is very it's something very abominable food, it is very stinky, very old food, so that food is not having any kind of a juices or anything. And that kind of food will increase only like laziness in your body, or like you are completely, your brain tissues are not developed enough to understand this knowledge. And in that sense, if you don't understand, there is no value to it, so you will not even get up early to listen to these classes or do any kind of a japa. If you are eating a food which is in a mode of a passion, then you will become so passionate. Passion will never ever let you sit in one place and do any kind of a tapasya or any kind of a austerity, or any kind of, like, Krishna bhakti. That Krishna bhakti requires that kind of a steadiness. But this will make you very disturbed all the time. It will make you like very chanchal all the time. You are moving from one place to another, another to another, just you don't even know what you are looking for. And also you are always engaged in so much activities, like, work, 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 but you are not thinking about it, that what is the aim of my life. You're not going to the higher question, like, you are in the one situation and you are not even thinking that what is the lesson I'm learning. But the food that we eat in a sattvic food, that food which is like, how is that food which is juicy? And juicy food comes from mostly fruits, then fresh vegetables, then flowers, then juicy food is like also getting from many different kinds, like, we are getting this juicy food. Fatty food means mainly like we are consuming milk and milk products, that we are getting from the fatty foods. That is what it means, fatty foods. Wholesome food, that is like, all the grains and all the beans and everything. So these are the food, and palatable to the heart. We are making different dishes which are really palatable, means it's not only giving pleasure to our body, but giving pleasure to our tongue. And which food gives pleasure to our tongue? That food that we offer to Krishna first, and then we are consuming. Because like saliva of the Krishna is mixed into that, and that's when it becomes palatable. So that kind of a food one should consume. And this will, what will it do? It will increase the duration of a life, and it will purify the existence. If you eat the Krishna Prasad all the time, it will definitely increase the our consciousness, and it will we will become more and more our perspective towards the life will change, our perspective towards looking at the people will change, our perspective looking at the situation will change. And every situation, because this sattvic food means like it is gaining knowledge, so you will be gain knowledge from each and every experience. If you read the Radhanath Maharaj's book, even if he in that very troublesome situation, even if he was he was gone to, I think, Pakistan, when one of the person, he had put like some animal on top of his head and said that don't move till I come. Whole night he was sitting there and he was just thinking about it, that why Krishna had put me into this situation. Maybe Krishna wants to teach me lesson of patience. So, and then I was also reading my Guru Maharaj's book yesterday, very beautiful, very simple book, 4 questions book. And he wrote into that, like, I came into a situation that, like, one of the devotees, he gave me something which is, he said that it is a gift to you. But later the devotee was started claiming that, like, no, no, it was, I was just loaning you. I just gave you for a temporary reason, and now you give me back that. So some kind of a things was going on between him and that devotee, and it was long, long back when Guru Maharaj was very young. And then that time he thought of writing to that devotee friend and explaining all the situation again. And he wrote a letter, and the other devotees, he showed it to some one of the god brothers or some devotees, and they said that, oh no, don't send this letter, it will just, it will spoil your relationship, so don't, just tolerate that situation. And Guru Maharaj did that, and he said that I learned a big lesson, that tolerance is very important when you are reacting to these situations. And this tolerance will come when you are consuming the sattvic food, because tolerance will not come by eating the tamasic food or rajasic food. So you remember that sattvic food will give you patience, will give you tolerance, and will give you many things that is very helpful for our Krishna consciousness, and definitely knowledge. It will also give the strength that we require to do the Krishna conscious services, and it will give us a good and long health, which we required to do this bhakti and the services. No devotee says that immediately take me back, because they want to serve Krishna. So pure devotees, very high level pure devotees, they say that Krishna, okay, give me opportunity to serve you, and don't give me anything else. So these are the effect of the food. So we will see now the tamasic and rajasic food in the next 2 shlokas. So shloka number 9, I will read word to word. Kat, katva means bitter, or it is katu also, like there is a word katu also. So I remember that when we were reciting the shloka, uh, katva was pronounced. So katva means bitter, amla means sour, amla and all this category comes under it, amla, then many type of lemon juices and everything, so very sour, very bitter. Lavana means like salty. Then ati ushna means very hot. The food are also different type. There is some food which will give coolness to our body, like a jeera water or something. And so some food that we eat that gives the very heat to our body. And then when we eat that food, we are told that, like, eat it in a very small quantity. Some people eat like say turmeric every day. So turmeric is very hot for our body. So even if they are having so many benefits, still we have to very careful how much to eat. Then very katu, like karela and all that. So that also increases the acidity. That's why it is suggested that, like, you first put the salt and then remove the juices from the karela and then make the karela sabji. So this bitter, this sour, this salty, this hot food, and then tikshna means pungent food, then druksha means dry food, then uh, what is it, the vidahin. Vidahin is a burning food. Ahara, food. Rajasya, to one who is in a mode of a passion. It's Istaha means palatable. Uh, Dukkha, distress. Shokaha, misery. Amaya means disease. Pradaha means causing. Food that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in a mode of a passion. Such a foods causes distress, misery, and diseases. So food consumed by this Rajasic people, or even if we are offering even prasadam, we have to be very, very careful that we should not be eating this kind of a food too, or this kind of a preparation we should not be making, which is like very bitter, very sour, very salty, very hot, pungent, dry. Do not like cook, deep fry everyday food, or do not make very lot of spices, lot of chili. Sattvic people don't eat that many spices. They don't eat that many chili, or their food it's very, very simple. But like if you are making, like, even if you are offering to the Krishna, but if you are making very these kind of a things, then it will cause diseases, like, someone will have a acidity problem, some stomach issues, and that brings the miseries of the life, because your adi bhautik, adhyatmik, all these miseries will come automatically because of this food. Because whatever you are consuming in your body, then that body will also become like that, and it will react in a certain way. Because when you are eating very rajasic food, you will be having always high temper, you will be always very as I said, that like, oh, disturbed, you will be reacting to people very immediately. And this kind of a food will definitely will bring miseries to your life, because you are giving miseries to other people, and it will come back to you. And then it will give the so much of a distress because of these miseries and diseases. So this is about the uh, Rajasic food that we were talking about. And then we have to always remember that, like, whatever in consciousness we are preparing this food, whatever consciousness the food will be brought into home, that also affects the food. So you have to be very, very careful where to eat. And I was just listening to one wonderful incidents just 2 days back, that there were, like, one devotee family who was visiting a dham. And I think Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, he was talking about it, and Adi Gadadhar Prabhu was asking this devotee family that how you came to Krishna consciousness. This is a very common question everyone asks to each other, that how you came to Krishna consciousness, or who introduced you, or how you got attracted to Krishna. And this family was talking about, like, family said that, like, we live in a very small place, in a small village. And somehow, like, there are like almost like 10 kilometer or more than that, there is a temple there. And somehow one brahmachari, he came to our door one day, because he was doing the book distribution. So we purchased some books, and then he asked that, can I give one small lecture to you every day, I mean every day, or once in a week, something like that, on Bhagavad Gita, because you're getting this book Bhagavad Gita, so may I just help you understand it? So it is very, very important that, like, book distribution doesn't mean that just you give books to people and your duty is done. It is very important that you make sure that people are reading it, understanding it, people are connecting to the proper places. So this devotee, this brahmachari, in rain, in really hot scorching heat, whatever the situation is, he used to ride like bicycle, and come to this family's home, and then he used to explain or read Bhagavad Gita to them. It was Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, I am confused. So one of these classes he gives them. Now riding into that situation and then going back again, but he never ever used to eat even any kind of a food, or never used to, that these people then after listening to the listening to the class, then they used to offer the bhoga to Krishna, and then they all consume the food. But he said that no, I'm not going to have this prasadam. And he used to bring his own water bottle, so he never even drank water into their house. And this happened for a many days, and then these devotees said that, like, okay, but we are offering food to the Krishna, why are you not having prasadam with us? And this devotee said that no, because you are not chanting 16 rounds, so I'm very strict in that sense, that whoever chants the 16 proper rounds, only prasadam made by them, only I consume. And that family said that very same day, everyone in our family started chanting 16 rounds. And we started chanting 16 rounds, so that that devotee, whenever he will come to our house, he will eat the food that we prepare. So this was very sweet exchange that they were, Atikatadar Prabhu was explaining, that how with your association you can turn the complete family into the devotee. But more than that, it is very important that how the devotee was strictly following his instruction too. It's not that, like, going out, consuming something, or even if people are, many times it happens with me also, that, like, non-devotees, they say that no, it is vegetarian, we cooked for you, as with out of love we consume that, but that affects your body, that affects your consciousness. Like that full day, if you notice, you will do the activities which are generally you don't do when you eat homemade prasadam and all that. It's very important what you consume. Even like I just want to tell one story, and then we will go to this big wonderful purport. And after reading this purport, nothing much. I mean, Prabhupada explained so much in that purport, 10th shloka, that we will end our class after reading that purport. But before that, very interesting story. So there were two sadhus, and what happened that one day they were going from one place to another, and someone invited these two sadhu at home, and these sadhus were carrying something. I mean, someone gave some donation, so they were carrying some kind of a donation with them. And it was something very I'll say very expensive thing that someone donated to them, and they were taking back to offer it to the Krishna, to their deity. Some kind of a jewelry or something was there in with that sadhu. And when they came to that person's home, that person asked that wife to cook for them. And then she took shower, everything, and then she was like, her kitchen was purified. And when she saw in the with that sadhu, that some that jewel or something, that jewelry with that sadhu, and all the time while cooking, she started thinking that, like, what kind of sadhus are these? They are carrying such a expensive thing, and I don't have enough of money to even cook for them, but still I'm cooking. What if I'll steal these kind of I just feel like stealing it, and they will not even notice, and they are anyway sadhus. And that so thought of like stealing, or thought of like constantly these kind of thoughts were there in her mind while she was cooking. And then when they left that house, that sadhu, while going from one place to another places, he just there was someone who was selling the fruit, and sadhu just picked up one fruit and started walking. So he stole that fruit. And they was very surprised for like why I did that. And the fruit seller, he noticed that, but he said nothing because he was sadhu. He said that it's okay, I would have anyway given him in charity, so he picked up it, that's okay. And then again he went to the next place, and he also picked up something. And then sadhu realized that, like, something is going wrong. He returned that both the thing to these people, that he returned even the food to that person. He went back to that person. He called the wife of that person and asked her that, what were you thinking while cooking? And then the wife explains everything, that like, I felt like stealing this jewel that you were carrying, because we are poor, and we were like, in this we thought like, what is the use of of this particular expensive thing to sadhu. And then the sadhu, that he gives away that jewel to that lady, and he understood that like it is the effect of the food. He did complete tapasya that day. He ate nothing that day and the next day, and then he decided that like, I should consume very carefully from that day onwards. So this is the effect, even if like sometimes people say that like we are offering food and all, but the way, the consciousness in which they are preparing that food, if they are not very happy to make that food, so do not force anyone to make any kind of a prasadam. Whatever people are happily making, whatever they are happily offering, that only you consume. Do not force anyone for any kind of a things or prasadam. Where you have to be very, very careful what you are consuming, what you are putting into your body. So with this, we will read the shloka number 10. So yata yam means food cooked 3 hours before being eaten. Gata rasam means tasteless. Gata means gone, rasa means taste. So food from which the rasa is gone, the taste is gone, and which is yatayam. Yatayam means cooked more than 3 hours, past 3 hours. And it is puti means there, it's like a really bad smelling food. Paryushit means decomposed. So decomposed, that also comes like, non-vegetarian food and also the vegetarian food, but kept aside for a long, long period of a time. Cha also yat, that which. Uchishtam. Uchishtam means remnants of the food eaten by others. So here, remnants of the food eaten by others is not at all recommended, but remnants of the food eaten by the great sannyasis or a great acharya or your guru is definitely recommended, because there are so many wonderful stories. I mean, if time permits, I will share one or two, that how by eating the Uchishta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how by eating the Uchishta of a great sages, how like, person became so happy and started showing so many wonderful sattvic vikar. In fact, when we say prasadam, we are eating the Uchishta of a Krishna, and that is the most wonderful thing in the world to consume. Uchishta of a Krishna, whatever is a remnant of the that Krishna is eating through his eyes, through his different other senses. If we consume that, there is a wonderful effect on our body. And untouchable things is dear to those in a mode of darkness. Untouchable means again the non-vegetarian food. So here, what kind of a food? It is said that food prepared. Sorry, I haven't completed the shloka. Api also, cha, and amedhya means untouchable. Bhojanam means eating. Tamasah, to those in a mode of a darkness or mode of a ignorance. Priyaha, dear. Food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten. Um, Food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable thing is dear to those in a mode of a darkness. And we see that the people, even if you offer a good food to them, they are going towards this untouchable things. So because they are in a tamasic mode, so that is the food that attracts them the most. But still, devotees are very compassionate, that they still try to give them prasadam, at least slight, and it even the uh, even a very tiny bit of a prasadam, if they consumes, then they will come to the mode of goodness. Their mode will change. So that is what devotee is trying to do. Now let's see this big purport. If there is Sumati Mataji, you can read one purport, and we will go one by one. Everyone will get a chance to read a little bit today. Sumati Mataji, would you like to read half of the first purport? You and
Yes,
Harshita.
Mataji.
Yes. You and Harshita Mataji can complete the first purport. Hari bol.
Yes, Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The purpose of food is to increase the duration of life, purify the mind, and aid bodily strength. This is its only purpose. In the past, great authorities selected those foods that best aid health and increase life's duration, such as milk products, sugar, rice, wheat, fruits, and vegetables. These foods are very dear to those in the mode of goodness. Some other foods, such as baked corn and molasses, while not very palatable in themselves, can be made pleasant when mixed with milk or other foods. They are all in the mode of goodness. All these all these foods are pure by nature. Hare Krishna.
They are quite distinct from untouchable things like meat and liquor. Fatty foods, as mentioned in the 8th verse, have no connection with animal fat obtained by slaughter. Animal fat is available in the form of milk, which is the most wonderful of all foods. Milk, butter, cheese, and similar products give animal fat in a form which rules out any need for the killing of innocent creatures. It is only through brute mentality that this killing goes on. The civilized method of obtaining needed fat by milk. Slaughter is the way of subhumans. Protein is amply available through split peas, dal, whole wheat, etc. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, thank you so much. So wonderfully here Prabhupada is explaining that like how the purpose of food is to increase the duration of a life and not to get any kind of a diseases. So instead of eating this food which is like started from the slaughterhouse, which is really really bad because these animals they are feeling very, they are scared, afraid while they are being killed. That time they are having so many thoughts, and that all the kind of thoughts will come to you because we are eating, consuming, people consuming that so that I'll get the protein. But Prabhupada is saying that the enough protein is there in the milk, because in the milk also there is a animal fat, and some people they try to become vegan because of that. But that kind of a, but milk is very much recommended in our complete shastra. We milk is very not only milk but the other products of the milk are used for yajna, and that is why milk is not something that we reject, because to do yajna we need ghee, we need like to even do the if even if we bathe the Krishna, we need many milk products. We need milk, we need yogurt, we need ghee, and all of these are coming from the panchamrut, we say. So all three products of the four of the five are what we use to bathe Krishna. Sometimes they bathe him with the pancha khadya. So that then also there is a milk, there is a yogurt, then there is a ghee, then there is a gomutra, or gomutra, and then there is a godhan. So like there are five products, or whatever is threw out of the cow, that is also is used. So these are considered to be very very, cow is considered so I mean, mode of a goodness animal. That animal itself is in a mode of a goodness. So whatever product or whatever milk that we are getting with the from the cow, it is very beneficial for our health, our body, our brain, for our every part of our body, and that much protein is enough for us. And also we find protein in many kind of dal, split dals, or whole dals, wheats, and everything. So that is enough for our body, and that is like we are not going to do any wrestling or anything. We need this body so that we can do Krishna service, we can do Krishna conscious work, and ultimately we can achieve the aim of our life. And for that, whatever sattvic food is suggested, that is enough for our body. Now let's go to the next paragraph. Harprasad Haladar Das Prabhuji, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji. Okay, thank you.
It's a small paragraph, but needs
Yeah.
reading.
Food in the mode of passion, which are bitter, too salty, or too hot, or overly mixed with the red pepper, cause misery by reducing the mucus in the stomach, leading to disease. Foods in the mode of ignorance, darkness are essentially in those that are not fresh. Any food cooked more than 3 hours before it is eaten, except the prasadam, food offered to the Lord. It is considered to be the mode of darkness because they are decomposed. Such foods give a bad odor, which often attracts people in this mode but repulses those in the modes of the goodness. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mm. Haribol, thank you so much. So here Prabhupada is talking about the mode in a tamasic and rajasic. And very nicely scientifically he explained that like when you are putting lot of red pepper means like it is very lot of chili powder and everything is used, and if it's too bitter, too salty, uh, this is like a rajasic food, then it reduces the mucus in our stomach or whatever is the required water content in our stomach, and that causes and that leads to the diseases. So you have to be very careful. And also the food in a mode of ignorance or a darkness, which is like not fresh, it is like there is a bad odor is coming, it is like decomposed food, very very old, 2-3 days back. It's saying that like in fact 3 hours and before we should not be consuming. And that food also affects that will not give the strength to the body, but that food will definitely cause the diseases and miseries and pain in the body. So these kind of a food one should not be accepting, we should reject that. Okay, last paragraph is Valli Mataji, are you in a position to read? And Shamarasika Mataji, half of paragraph we both can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can't read today actually. Sorry.
You can't read, thank you, sir. Geeta Mataji is also there. Is it possible, Mataji? Half
Yes,
of the
Mataji, I can read.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 to 10 lines you can read, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Remnants of food may be eaten only when they are part of a meal that was first offered to the Supreme Lord or first eaten by saintly persons, especially the spiritual master. Otherwise, the remnants of food are considered to be in the mode of darkness and they increase infection or disease. Such foodstuffs, although are very palatable to persons in the mode of darkness, are neither liked nor even touched by those in the mode of goodness. The best food is the remnants of what is offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Wonderful. Shamarasika Mataji, are you in a position to read?
Yes, Mataji. Just a minute.
Thank you, Mataji. So in Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord says that he accepts preparations of vegetables, flour, and milk when offered with devotion. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. Of course, devotion and love are the chief things which the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts. But it is also mentioned that the prasadam should be prepared in a particular way. Any food prepared by the injunctions of the scriptures and offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be taken even if prepared long, long ago, because such food is transcendental. Therefore, to make food antiseptic, eatable, and palatable for all persons, one should offer food to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Very nice. So when you are saying the antiseptic, that the last one, antiseptic, therefore we make the food antiseptic, eatable, and palatable for all people after we have offer it to the Krishna. It is said that antiseptic means generally we think that like bodily diseases and all that, but here they are talking about the karmic contamination. Whatever we do, our karma, bad karma, whatever the way we are looking at the world, all this karmic reaction or karmic contamination will wash away. That is the antiseptic part of the prasadam. Then it is eatable. So this food should be made for the human being, and of course we offer it to Krishna. All the food which is like made of vegetables, patram, pushpam, or phalam, because that is what Krishna suggested, and water and milk, and these are the only food that we give it to Krishna. And these are eatable for the human being. It is not for the, because many animals they eat the non-vegetarian food, but the human's body is made in certain way that we are made or meant to be consuming only vegetarian food. The intestine is like, if you see the intestine of the animals who are eating only grass and all, and intestine of the human being, it is very similar. But if the animals, those animals which eats different other animals or consume something else, their intestine is very different. So we have to understand that it is eatable for a human being means it's a vegetarian food. Palatable because Sri Krishna's saliva is there on a prasadam, and that is the reason that it tastes special. So many people wonders that how prasadam tastes so good. I mean, we always, whenever we cook in the temple, also people consumes and they feel that like, oh wow, it's a wonderful food. I mean, the same sabji I'm making at at home, but it won't turn out that good. But if it is prasadam, if it is offered to Krishna, why it is becoming so tasty? So the reason is because Krishna's saliva is, mixed into it. So here Prabhupada is also explaining that like we should accept the food which is offered to Lord first and eaten by a saintly personality, especially the spiritual master. And otherwise, the remnant of the food are considered to be in a mode of darkness, but they but what if the remnants are from the saintly person, or if it is remnants from the Krishna Prasad, then these are considered that the highest of all of these are like, beyond these three modes. This food is in a Shuddha Sattva mode. And there is a story that like one of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's one of the disciple, he used to sit, I don't remember his name and even the story now rightly, but when all the devotees, they used to eat the food, and then whatever is like, they used to eat on some leaf or banana leaf or something. So those will be then afterwards, those will be wrapped up, and those will be through, or like, they are disposed of. But this devotee used to go and collect all those banana leaf, and whatever is there on that leaf, that remnants he used to eat and jump up high, in like ecstasy. And he used to get so much of a ananda. He used to get so much of like, a wonderful experience after eating that food. And every day he used to eat. Then someone notices and stop him from doing that. So that is how this story goes. Also, there is a wonderful story that like how Narad Muni once asked, did a lot of tapasya, and then asked, it was not Narad Muni, just a second. It was Lord Shiva who asked Lakshmi Devi that is it possible to get the very tiny remnants of Krishna's prasad, whatever Krishna is eating, because Lakshmi Devi was the only one was allowed to eat that prasad, remnants of the Krishna. It was a tradition in India also that whatever is a leftover of your husband, you should eat that, and that will give a long life or something they used to say. But it was like Lakshmi Devi used to consume the leftover of Lord Narayan. And what happened that once Lord Shiva, he does lot of tapasya, and then to um, to
Haribol, it is Narad Muni only.
nahi, if, first of all, the Shiva, he does tapasya, and he gets a very tiny, only 1 grain or half a grain he gets from that tapasya. After doing tapasya for to please Lakshmi Devi, she offers him only like, tiny bit of like, half of the some rice or something like that. Then Shiva, Lord Shiva consumes that and he becomes so happy that Parvati Devi, she complains and she says that like you haven't even given me that, tiny bit of prasadam. Why is that? And then story goes that like then Shiva gives like half of that to, oh Mataji, you are right, like first Narad Muni, then Shiva, then Parvati Devi, right? Or Parvati Devi won't get it at all, so Narad Muni does lot of tapasya and he gets the tiny bit of prasadam, he consumes that and he feels so happy, in a ecstasy. So seeing that, Shiva requests Narad Muni that can you please share me, and he shares very tiny bit of that. And then Shiva becomes so happy and he forgot to give it to Lakshmi Devi. It was a very, very tiny bit of a prasadam. And then Parvati Devi, she requests and then she decides to do tapasya, so that the whole world, not only me, but all my children will also get the, remnants of the Krishna. And that is why in Jagannath Puri, they distribute so much of a prasadam. Everyone gets whatever is Lord eating, directly they gets all that prasadam. Is that right, Mataji? Am I telling it's right?
Yes, Mataji. And that prasad in Jagannath Puri is first offered to Vimala Devi. It is
Right.
incarnate Parvati, and then it is distributed to the devotees.
Right. Thank you so much. So Parvati Devi appeared in the form of a Vimla Devi, and then she also did a lot of austerity. So in Jagannath Puri, they offer that prasadam to Vimla Devi's. There is a temple, so show it to that deity. And so whatever we are getting in the Jagannath Puri is Maha Prasad, because it is consumed by the greatest devotees, and then we are offering that. So that is the effect of prasadam. So with that, I will end here. Is there any other comments or anything that about the sattvic, rajasic, tamasic food, anything that you want to ask or
Hmm.
comment on it?
Mataji,
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
oh, sorry. You first, ladies first. You, Mataji. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Oh, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. I just wanted to ask you that 3 hours, we read today that the food should be consumed within 3 hours, but those days there were no refrigerators or anything. So, I'm wondering if it could change in today's times.
Mm. So Mataji, I was reading one article on that. So it was clearly written that sometimes the baked food also they think that like many days I can keep the baked food in refrigerator, I can keep, but still the juice, I mean the rasa in that food will definitely it will be gone if you keep it for a longer time. So even if we have we have a habit that like we eat the next day that food, and if it is brought from the temple, if it is a prasadam, it is okay to eat, but then try to make a food which will like we will consume it quickly. Because I still remember that when I was working and all my friends were working, so they used to cook on Sunday and keep like 5 different containers for 5 days. And I used to wonder that like why they are eating so old food. I mean, even if that time I was not in Krishna consciousness, but we used to make it a habit that like evening time, instead of doing chit chatting or other things, like make a fresh food and eat, because that is what is like most beneficial for your body. And it affects Mataji consciousness, brain, intelligence, ability of how you think and look at the things. So it is better if it is not possible, if someone is having really old, or like they are, it's not possible for them to cook every day, that is fine. But it is our shastra says, and after 3 hours or so, like even in like this days, like nowadays it is very hot summer, so rice will start decomposing or potatoes will start decomposing very quickly. If you see like morning you cooked, and if you keep it outside, like by evening it will be gone. And even if you cook in the morning and then keep it in the refrigerator, still it tastes different if you keep it like by evening, because it's it affects the food. So yeah, it's not recommended, Mataji, but it is okay for us, because it's not possible for us also to like follow everything as it is, but try to do it, like not for 2 3 days, or not for like make a food for 5 days and keep it in the freezer and eat it. Like, yeah, don't, I mean, avoid that if
Thank you,
possible.
Mataji. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hari Bol. Yeah, Aladhar Das Prabhuji, you were saying
Yeah.
something.
Here in the paragraph of 645, line number 3, it says foods that best aid health and increase the life durations. So question remains, many people ask, remains that a certain time is given to these individual bodies, So how could you increase the life durations, That's a question.
Yeah. So
People
Prarabdha
say,
is
hey,
written.
my
Yeah.
birth and death is a fix, certain place,
Yes.
certain time. So how could be the life? It could be, I agree with the food that best aid the health. Healthy lifestyle be living for the duration of my life, But how could be expanded?
Hmm. Hmm. Very nice, Prabhuji. I will also have to check with the expansion of the life. Even I was thinking about it. So thank you for bringing up. But we know that, like, yeah, Prarabdha is fixed. So we know that, like, we are going to take birth this day, we are going to die that day, and whatever activities we are going to do, like, many of the things are already in the Prarabdha. But how can they increase the duration? Yeah, I will also have to check that. But I was thinking about one verse in the Bhagavad Gita only, or it is in the Bhagavatam, that sun will rise and set for those. I mean, sun will set, or there will be days will be gone for those who are not into the Krishna consciousness. For them, like, time is passing very quickly. But for those who are in Krishna consciousness, each and every moment they are utilizing it for the Krishna's bhakti. Their life is so successful that they are stopping the sun. That is also, they are saying that they are stopping the sun to set. I mean, sun is not setting on their end. So that is something like that. So I will find out that shloka, and I think that we can connect it here, Prabhuji. So they are making full use of their life, and that's why it is saying that, like, the duration what you can acquire in many thousands of years of lifespan, that they are acquiring very quickly. So that is a one way of looking at it. But I think, like, duration of the life increases. Prabhupada meant that really duration of the life increases. So I will see that also, Prabhuji, because they are in the healthy condition, their life they are spending, versus, like, I have 100 years, and if 50 years I'm suffering and bedridden, then I can't do anything. Instead of that 100 full years I'm utilizing for the service in a healthy body. Uh, that way also we can look at it, but I have to really see properly. Thank you for asking this question.
And one more thing, Mataji. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm asking, but sugar, the sugar here mentioned in text number 10, the third or fourth line, they eat the sugar. So, sugar, I forgot the name of the chemicals they use, which is the animal products to make the whiteness or granulations of the sugar. That the animal products has been used, and I forgot the name of the animal product used to bring the whiteness of the sugar, take the darkness.
Mm.
How could be as mentioned here as a eating sugar?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Brown sugar could be appropriate, a
Mm.
natural way it's been converted as a brown sugar.
Sugar also, and Prabhuji, Colgate toothpaste also.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
many. I mean, I was reading 1400 products is been there's an animal product used because whatever the product's name, they make a register, so they change the name. So the common people wants the name of those products, it could not get obtained because it's registered patents. So
Hmm.
1400 products has been used. Every part of the human animal bodies has been converted into some kind of the eatable products, In United States, it started in India too now, all over the world.
Right,
Every part of it, even the bones powder used for the make a dental products and the dishes,
right.
everything on the clothing. So many products has been used. So
Yeah,
how to remain as a pure Krishna consciousness? What I mean to say
yeah,
about it.
yeah. Yeah, it is difficult, Prabhuji, because it is a Kali Yuga and
Yeah.
everything is contaminated, and that's why we are also suffering whatever is common karma that we say, that like karma made by other people also, like someone is killing animals and putting them into Costco, but you go and you see that also is a reaction, and you are getting reaction. Everyone is getting reactions of some people doing some activities. It is called as a there is a one name to that, like that kind of a karma, which is we are getting because of the because we are a part of this society. So because we are a part of this society, everything is polluted, everything is contaminated, but whatever best with our knowledge we can do it, we should do it. I mean, we even like we were consuming vegetables, we don't know like how they are growing, where they are growing, what they are, because we think that, oh, it's a pure, but are they really increasing our health, or they are causing something else, even if it is a, so that is why so many farms are created, like there is a eco farm, Govardhan farm, and like because while growing also there is some samskara done on that. They are not using any kind of a fertilizer which might have a animal product, and everything purified. Prabhupada had tried to do as much as he can when he came to this particular USA. And this milk was not like Shuddha milk. I mean, even milk product was also having some animal content. And Prabhupada said that now, what can we do? We have to offer to Krishna, so offer it. So in whatever this situation, whatever we are getting, just accept it and offer it to Krishna, because this is a Kali Yuga. We are not going to get anything in a pure condition. So with our knowledge, whatever we know that like these things can be avoided, we can do it. In India also, you can, instead of sugar, you can use the jaggery good. And the
Yeah.
way it is created in India, I don't think in India there is any product, animal product is added to it. I'm not sure about it, but here in everything there is animal product. So it's very, very difficult. Yeah, yeah, very difficult to keep. So we are going to get this because of this society that we are living in. We are getting a lot of karmas, even if we are not doing any activities, because we are seeing it, we are hearing it, we are like maybe consuming it. So yes, that is there. So pray to Krishna, and that's all we can do.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Mm.
and also they say we don't know where we are getting and how we are getting. When we put that tulsi, right, while offering the prasadam, that makes it purified, whatever unconsciously or unknowingly that happens, right?
All the yes,
Yeah.
yes, Mataji, that is also wonderful. That it is Tulsi Mata will purify everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we do that haldi water. If that is not purified, we'll sprinkle some haldi water on the stuff, and this curd
Mm.
and buttermilk, they are also considered as completely pure.
Mm.
So something like that. We sprinkle a little bit of that, and they say
Yeah,
it will be good to offer also.
right,
Yeah.
right. Thank you
And I
so much.
also heard about something a little bit about that garlic and stuff, Mataji. There was I think from WhatsApp message or something, ISKCON only. So they said, why garlic is so good and healthy, and it has medicinal values. That's what they said. So why are we not using that? Why is it avoided? So they said, you already said that. Are you if medicine? When do you take a medicine? Do you take medicine regularly, a daily basis, or only when we get sick? Right. So are you sick? If we are sick, then only we do the medicine. It is the same thing. We are not sick. We don't need any medicine like that.
That is also nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many things that, like, passion and ignorance come from garlic and onion. So that's why we avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But very, very
And
true,
also
Mataji.
these
We are
two
not
are also very not good, Mataji. Even the microwave or the fridge, both are
Mm,
they are not there at the olden times, but even now we can, everything will change. The process of that is to change, right? So once
mm,
the situation of the food is changed, then completely the value is lost. So
mm,
I recommend not to
mm.
microwave also. Even if it is a little bit warm or cold, that's okay to eat, but the
Do not.
microwave is also not good for it.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, true.
We can see the
That is.
seeds when you put in the microwave, they don't sprout. And even the water when you put in the microwave to boil, that is not good. Like that. So
Mm. Thank you, Mataji. So nice. Yeah. Thank you so
Many
much.
building products they eat animal products in many things. All cosmetics for the women, chapsticks. All this have animal products uses. So many. Even cow bloods or animal bloods used to make a lot of cosmetics.
Mm. Yeah.
Anyway, not too scared, but that's truth. That is the
Mm.
fact.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My name is Apathy. I'm new to this group. I have a quick question. I know at Potomac ISKCON and all other ISKCONs also they don't use frozen food or canned food. But I sometimes use, I don't know if you guys use or not, the frozen mixed vegetables kind of stuff for my personal cooking. So what is your take on that? We should stop those things also?
Canned food is also, Mataji, it is said that it is harmful because it's kept in the tin and there are a lot of preservatives put. So that is also is avoided. But yeah, and the other one you said something, Mataji?
Frozen peas or frozen mixed vegetables.
Fusion food, that I'm not getting. What is the example?
We freeze them like with
that
the
is a frozen food.
Frozen
frozen,
food.
Frozen
Okay,
frozen.
yeah,
foods.
frozen
Yeah.
food. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji, frozen or canned food, or Mataji was saying like microwave, refrigerator, in a large quantity when they make it like in the ISKCON, there also they have to, keep it like, vegetables in the refrigerators, not like cooked vegetable, but uncooked fresh vegetable, because under certain temperature they keep it so to keep it fresh. But if you have to cook it for yourself, Mataji, at home, and if you can avoid these things, it is really best to avoid it. Um, that is like, healthy food is like what we get it in India. In India, when I go from here, like I see that like very less time refrigerator is used. Nobody eats food that is cooked a day before, or night time they cook fresh food, morning they cook fresh food. They don't eat leftover food. There is no can concept also in India. They have to always, it takes long time to cook a food which you can make with all this facility in half an hour. It takes 2 to 3 hours to make that kind of a food. So if we have a time and it is possible, then yeah, we should do that. But like, yeah, unfortunately in the fast life here, like we do use these things even if we know that, like, it is not helpful for us. So whatever we
India
can.
also, Mataji, the bhaji wala, they come every day and give you fresh. They even don't buy the, many families
Ah,
don't buy
yeah,
and fridge it.
that
Put
is,
it in
yeah,
fridge.
so true. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, my parents came here and then they were like, even mornings, food that I've kept it like for the evening, they said that no, we don't eat like, we are not. My dad was very particular about not eating, like, he always wants, he says that only if even rice you make, then I can eat with milk and rice, but I'm not. He never ever ate like, old food or like, so it was very easy in India. It is sometimes very difficult here, but yeah, that's
So, Mataji, in India, the milkman will come and give fresh milk every day.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
milk and they
yeah,
let
yeah. So
Yes, Mataji.
it is not our good karma that we are here, Mataji. It's our bad karma and prarabdha that we are here in this country, and we have to forcefully use all these things and products which are having animal products. Yeah,
And
Mataji,
also,
don't
Mataji,
worry.
we have to. Yeah,
India
go ahead.
slaughter more animals than any other
Yeah, now it
countries
is
now.
like pizzas and
Second
everything.
largest
They
second
became more
largest
in
meat
India.
exporter in the world is India now. They slaughter a lot of animals. And a lot of
yes,
animals product has been used for many, many things, which we're not aware of it. And it's
Yes,
never
Mataji.
been
And
disclosed.
that reminds me that my mother-in-law home, she don't use fridge at all. Like she has fridge,
Mm-hmm.
but only for fresh vegetables she use. Otherwise, no cooked food goes in the fridge. Whatever they cook, they have to finish, and that much only they cook. And evening again, same fresh food. Uh, and of course, there are maids there in India, but it's easy for them. But yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
entire
And
fridge
also, it
was.
takes full time, Mataji. It is a day, not a day, every day. It is
yeah,
one person has to be dedicated completely to
yeah,
these activities only.
Cooking, yeah.
yeah.
So otherwise,
Yes.
it is very hard. My son always says, like 12 hours in a day, you'll be cooking, cleaning, or doing activities regarding
In the
related to
kitchen,
cooking
yeah,
only.
same thing with
In
Yeah.
my
the
son.
Yeah, true,
yeah.
Mataji.
Then
Yeah,
I say
So
cooking is a full-time job, so don't worry.
yes.
yeah. It is a full-time
Before
job,
we
and
used to have at least a help at home. Now we have to do. We have like 4 or 5 cooking ranges, but we have only 2 hands. That's what I say, because the cooking range before we used to have like chula like only 1 or 2. Now we have 6 and 7 in each kitchen, and but still we have only 2 hands to do. Before they used to be like 2, 3 people, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, or someone cooking together. Some help will be there all the time. I didn't see my mother cooking until I got like married. My grandma used to cook always in like a muddy, we say, right? She used to take a different sari and dish. Until they do the offering and come outside of that room, we never used to enter that kitchen area also. That's why that's how
Yes,
even my mother.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
yeah.
same with my mother-in-law too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in
That's how
olden
they
times, they
purify.
used to
Yeah.
have a bath also before entering the kitchen. Nobody went without
Yeah,
shower.
that's what I'm saying. Every day,
Mm.
yeah, they should to take a different sari. They have to wash that sari and wear that next day also. So not the same sari every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mataji, we can these things we can easily do it here before taking bath. Should not be cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. I mean, yeah, wearing like
Yeah, we
every day
do that
fresh
here.
clothes.
That sari is
So
okay, but
whatever is possible, yeah, we can do that because we have to offer it to Krishna. So we do follow these
mm-hmm.
things. Morning,
Mm.
evening, both the time, take a shower before cooking and all that. So that is whatever possible we can take from this and try to do it. I know it is like really hard and it's very difficult to follow all the things that it was there in the olden times. But chanting Krishna's name and offering to Krishna before eating, that are the two
And
things, that two activities we can easily do it. So we can just, yeah.
But
Tulasi
Mataji,
Mata is there.
the nutritions, as per the nutrition level, I've heard that frozen like vegetables and fruits are second best. If you cannot get fresh from the groceries, then if you suppose you use frozen strawberries or blueberries, one can consume them. I don't know. Nutritionally, they are not that bad.
Hmm. No, I don't have that much study, Mataji. I just follow Prabhupada's books
Yeah,
and
only the
and
small example I give Mataji is
yeah,
when you do the sprouted seeds, right? When you
yeah.
keep in the freezer or a microwave, will they sprout? They don't sprout.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
simple thing. Like
yeah,
small,
yeah,
when they're outside, then only they will sprout,
yeah,
right? In a
right.
natural way.
Yeah. So because people in the like, this is a very commercial country and in the industry
Mm.
also. So they come up with some ideas that we can't even argue on that. Like they don't want consumer to stop buying refrigerator or microwave. So they say that,
Mhm.
oh, doesn't matter. But yeah, we have to just carefully do as much as it is possible. Even if I say that I have to use microwave, it's not possible all the time without microwave or like refrigerator. So we do whatever we can, Mataji.
Yeah, limit our,
Yeah.
at least for prasadam, we should not use that.
Right. Because we cook it on the stove only. It's like
Yeah.
don't use, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. Wonderful devotees were there, and we heard about the prasadam today, food that we
That is
consume.
our concept every day, Mataji. So all
Yeah,
the Matajis
yeah.
are.
I know. But we
So
will
that is
talk
the
about
everyday thing.
yeah. So this chapter I really like it. So we will see about the austerities and dan and tapa in these three modes. So I hope like you all will join next time. Thank you, Mataji. One Mataji joined today, first time. So Hari bol to her.
Yeah.
Atashi Mataji.
Atashi,
Mataji,
Atashi.
Thank
Atashi
you, Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank
Hari
you.
bol, Hari
Bol,
Hari
bol,
bol,
Hari
Hari
bol.
bol, Hari bol.
Hari bol. Hari bol.
Thank
So
you,
this
Hari.
is a way to welcome you, Mataji, to our group. Thank you for joining. You can, if you have a book, please refer that so you will be able to read the purports also and participate in this. It's a group discussion, but I talk a lot. Sorry about that. But if
No,
you have
no.
any point,
You are
if
the
you have
leading
any,
Mataji because
Yeah,
of
you are
you are
explaining.
here.
You're not talking, you're explaining.
Yeah.
yeah,
Once you
so
give the
Very nice.
idea, then only we can understand.
So, Mataji, Atashi is our Potomac regular devotee, and
oh,
she's
Hari
one of
bol.
my friend too. So she makes garland on Sundays and other services too. But she also work in government company. So yeah, welcome
Very
Atashi
nice.
Mataji, and please give your association every
Thank
Sunday.
Thank you,
Hari
Mataji.
bol. Thank you for
Hare
joining,
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji. And
Yeah.
I'm leaving to India this week, so I will not be able to join next 3 weeks. If possible, I will try from there. I'm going
Okay.
for my
Oh,
parents' 60th wedding anniversary in India.
Hari, that is wonderful. Yeah, very
Yeah,
nice,
Mataji.
Mataji.
And also there are
We
2
will miss
weddings
you.
in the family. Yeah.
Mm.
In the
Oh,
last week of
okay.
August is their wedding anniversary. So
Oh, okay.
it will be 60 years for them. So I just
Wow.
want to
So
be
pray
there.
from our behalf, lot of wishes, best wishes from our group's behalf. Hari bol
Sure,
to
Mataji.
your parents and enjoy Mataji. It's very important that
Thank
you
you.
spend time with the parents this
Yeah. This
age. Yeah,
particular trip, I'm just going to spend with them, Mataji.
very
Before
nice.
I used to have different plans and a lot of activity there, but this time I just want to restrict this 3 weeks
Very
from the
nice.
day one to the end to
Mm,
spend with them only.
very
So
nice.
that's the greatest gift that I can give for them. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that is so wonderful.
They will be so happy,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah,
Sure,
very
Mataji.
nice.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hari bol.
Have safe travel, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hari
Dandavat
bol. Dandavad
pranam.
pranam. Hare Krishna. Vancha
Hare Krishna.
kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha
Sindhubhyaiva cha
पतितानां
patitanam
पावनेभ्यो
pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत
vaishnavebhyo namo
कोटि
namaha.
वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य
Srila
श्रील हरिदास
Prabhupada ki
ठाकुर
jai.
की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय भगवद गीता की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय all the devotees की जय हर्षिता माता जी and सुमति माता जी की जय they are back in India.
Welcome
We've
back,
missed you.
Mataji.
Yeah, we missed you few classes, Mataji. Very nice to see you both here in the
Here you
class
again.
today. Yeah. Hari Hari
Hare
Bol.
Krishna.
Radhe
Hare
Radhe.
Dandavat pranam. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna.